No. Okay. So, is it better than the Nolan trilogy? It's probably the first thing you want me to answer, at least in my opinion. We'll get to that. Okay, so I saw the Batman Fan First premiere. I saw it on March 1st. It's March 2nd right now. It's about 3 a.m. because I got out of the theater at about 11. Now, this movie. What are my opinions? My first thoughts, they're still pretty fresh in my mind. When I sat down in the theater, this is spoiler free, by the way. I will discuss a spoiler review later on when I see the movie for the second time later on this week, and I can really gather my thoughts. But right now, an overall thought of the movie is that it is an artistic love letter to anyone who's actually paid attention to Batman as a character, not just in the modern interpretation, but ever since he was created in 39, or was it 41? 39. Detective Comics, we'll count that. This movie really goes into the aspects of what Batman really is and what aspects of him that have been recently ignored. The detective theme is strong and engaging. The movie is 2 hours and 56 minutes long, but it didn't feel that way. Now, there were some times where I was like, this is a bit slow, but you have to be patient and understand the type of movie you're watching. This is a superhero movie, but this is a detective film. This isn't just a big action movie. This isn't freaking Spider-Man Homecoming, which I love. This is it's a crime drama thriller. It's a mystery. And if you haven't read The Long Halloween, it's really engaging, you know? It's still really engaging even if you have read the comics that this is inspired by Batman Ego, Long Halloween, and Year One. So, I thought it was so enjoyable. Cinematically, it was beautiful. The shots, the shot choices they decided to do were inventive, artistic, and really engaging. It helped me get really trapped into the story. And like as soon as the thing came up, I was like, oh, this film is artistic. This isn't gonna be just some corporate schlub. It was so beautifully shot. The music choices were incredible. I really, really enjoyed the music. It strongly, I mean, like it should have, it did strongly influence, you know, all the fight scenes, but the way that they used it sometimes, it just, what else? The performances were adequate. I mean, I'm an actor myself, and I couldn't point out any time where I was like noticing anything wrong. I thought they were great. You know, I love Selena Kyle. I love Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle. She did amazing and she did wonderful. I was so caught up in that. I loved Robert Pattinson's interpretation of Batman. I never saw Twilight. My first time ever watching Robert Pattinson perform was in The Lighthouse. So I knew he was a very talented actor, and knowing that this Batman's gonna be younger, you know, not as experienced, he did a really good job. You could tell he's kind of just like this guy who's kind of lost and like doesn't really know what he is yet himself throughout the movie, and he performed that really well. Alfred was great. Jim Gordon was awesome. The entire cast was just phenomenal. Actually, I really enjoyed their performances. I wasn't ever at a moment where I was like, but it was good. Oh, let's talk about fight choreography and action. I think this might be my favorite ever car chase scene. I think my favorite car chase scene ever, which is shown in the trailers, but I won't say what it is if you haven't seen it, but it is shown a little bit in the trailers. I think it might be my favorite car chase scene ever. I just really enjoyed it for some reason. The fight scenes, this is a thriller, I feel, with action scenes. This isn't an action film, but the fight scenes are good and adequate, and they're well choreographed and realistic. That's another thing. This movie was so realistic, I felt. And not in a way where it's like, oh, we're realistic. No, it was like just like little details that I will put into my spoiler review. But I'm not going to get into a spoiler, but the way they utilize technology and the internet, at least to me, felt so realistic, and not in a way that takes you out of the movie. I'm like, oh my god, yeah. Like, that's definitely how it would go. What else is there? Well, the way they utilized the Riddler was fantastic. Paul Dano was incredible, actually. Paul Dano's performance actually did come out at me, and I thought it was really good. He did a great job at the Riddler, and I'm so glad that they decided to do someone other than Joker. I love the Joker, I really do, but come on, guys, we can't have that many movies about the Joker. And yeah, his performance was really incredible. And I feel like, I don't know, the story was just so well illustrated and brought together. And not just the story, but it really got down to the root of who Bruce is, who Batman is, what caused him to do this, what causes him to still fight. I really feel like it got down to that root. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but the most important part to me, I feel, was they focused on Batman saving people, not just him fighting some bigwig. And at the end of the day, that's what superheroes are to me. They save people. They don't always have a gigantic villain to go against, but they're there to help people, save them. You know, they always have like that little cliche scene, but I mean, what is it? No Way Home, he saves that freaking lady from the thing. But the big thing is, oh, he's fighting this villain. The people that were saved in the focus that they put on it, I just felt like it was so genuine. And the spirit of superhero fans and Bruce Wayne and Batman as a character himself was just embodied in the film. I mean, my thoughts aren't very articulate right now. Sorry. It was a really great film. And do I think it's better than Christopher Nolan's trilogy? I still think Heath Ledger's performance will never be beat. But I do think it is actually better to me. I actually prefer it. It was incredible. Oh, and also, Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne's chemistry was amazing. The characters' relationships in it were actually very great. They put this nice relationship aspect for Alfred and Bruce that I thought was really beautiful. I actually cried at some of the scenes that highlighted their aspects of their relationship. And I liked Selena Kyle's relationship with Bruce, and I liked Bruce's relationship with Jim Gordon. The way that they highlighted these relationships and how they're new, because, you know, he's just becoming Batman. It was really, they did it in a way that was heartwarming, romantic, hilarious at times. And also the movie had this sort of dry humor that was very quick, not like forced and subtle in a way that wouldn't change the mood of the film, but would actually like enhance it, because it was like this natural type of dry humor that was effective. I was chuckling a little bit, you know. And I think the film is just, overall, I think I would give it right now probably a 9.5 out of 10. If not a 10 out of 10. I'm trying to be a little rough. I would give it a 10 out of 10 if I wasn't trying to be a little movie reviewer right now. But I guess I would give it 0.5 off because, you know, it was a bit slow at times, but I might just be me needing to pee because the movie is 2 hours and 56 minutes. Overall, I really, really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see it again. I strongly recommend you see it. It's fantastic. Oh, also, make sure to sit down and stay after the credits. There is a little gift for you. Not a post-credit scene, but a little gift. I've already done everything that has come with that, and I'll talk more about that in my spoiler review. Thanks. Oh, goodness, guys. I wasn't thinking. Let me make another really quick point. Besides my first thoughts. These two movies, the Nolan trilogy and the Batman trilogy. I'm using the Nolan thing as quick clickbait, okay? They're two separate movies. And they're both really awesome. Well, three movies in one. But they're all good movies. The Dark Knight is the best Nolan movie, so I'll use that. But The Dark Knight is a separate movie, and it's a different movie. I'd say almost a different genre than the Batman. The Batman's more deliberative. It's just a separate genre. And they're both really good. So, yeah, I personally like the Batman more, but I'm not saying that it's better in quality. Wait, am I? Well, it depends on what you value in movies, I'd say. Everything's objective. This is just that disclaimer. But maybe I would say it's a better movie because I preferred the story, the script, the cinematography was better to me. Oh my. I think I'm discovering right now, I genuinely think. Well, I think it's objective, of course. I love the Nolan trilogy. I think it's better in all aspects except for the actor because no one can beat Heath Ledger. I mean, Now I'm thinking about it. You know what, guys? I just meant to make a disclaimer and say, yeah, even though I like the Batman, I still really love the Dark Knight trilogy. But now I gotta think, maybe rewatch The Dark Knight and see how my thoughts go. Have a good night, guys. It's 3 a.m. here. Take care of yourself. Go see the Batman in theaters. Stay for the credits scene. And read The Long Halloween. Okay, bye-bye.